promise you.
You don't have enough airtime to cover this order. I'm telling you right now.
The ARC hits go on seemingly almost forever, so we can definitely get this done. Let's continue the shopping. I want to put some context into this. You don't just, accept toys at the box. You guys take fulfillment orders here from 130 partners, you said?
113 program partners,
113 program partners. And it's shopping for infants, toddler boys, toddler girls, boys and girls. A lot going on here. What is this? My math is off, but probably around 200 toys.
Yeah, it's about 240 toys. Actually, 230 on the list. But it takes time to do it, and I'm not the expert at this. I'm really not.
You're not the expert on this?
I try to pick out the best toy, too, but sometimes you just have to be fast and put a toy in the cart to fill the order quick enough.
We were getting some guff from Abby about going too slow.
Oh, is that what she said?
Yes, she thinks.
Wait a minute, she never shopped? What is she? She doesn't know what she's talking about. She's never been here and picked up a toy. But that's wrong.
She said we were going too slow in the last one. We need to pick it up. We got orders to fulfill. We're going to walk down this section right here.
A lot of people, I don't know if you know this, a lot of people have elves on the shelves.
Okay.
They tell their kids and they move them around, they replace it. We have a different thing here at the Pirate Toy Fund. We have a pirate on the shelf.
You have a pirate on the shelf.
A pirate on the shelf that helps us fill orders, and maybe he can help us. If you look,
I'm going to take my earpiece out. I hear something. What?
It's One-Eyed Jack. He's our pirate on the shelf.
Did he teleport up there? I didn't even see him make it up there.
I don't know how he gets there, but he's magical powers. You know that. All pirates do.
One-Eyed Jack, what kind of powers does he have when it comes to selecting toys for kids?
Well, he has a knack. He knows what he's doing. He's been here for almost 30 years with us with the Pirate Toy Fund. So he helps us with the kids, helps us with the orders. Sometimes he's a pain in the plank. In the plank, but we got to deal with it.
Let me talk to One-Eyed Jack quickly. Let's see if I can get up here. I won't go all the way up. One-Eyed Jack, how are you doing? What are we looking at this year? How much toys are we looking to raise for this year's annual toy drive?
Oh, we're hoping about 25,000.
25,000.
I don't know if we're going to be here all day.
we got the time. Stop harping on that, all right? What would you like to tell people who don't know about the Pirate Toy Fund toy drive this year, happening next week? What do you want to say about it?
I want to say, look at this shelf I'm sitting on. We need to fill this shelf. We need the great community support once again this year. You've been fabulous in the past, and we look forward to getting your donations again. Look at these shelves. They're bare. My bag is empty. We need to fill these toys for these kids. It's all about the kids and the families. Thank you.
Thank you, One-Eyed Jack. 500,000 toys since 1995, and they are looking to do 500,000 more. We got a goal of 25,000 this year.
We do. And overall last year, we gave out over 41,000 toys, and it keeps growing every year. The need is greater, and we couldn't do it without the community. We couldn't do it without 13 Wham getting the word out there. So thank you to Rochester. Thank you for the kids and the community for doing what they do for us.
And next week, we're going to be at different locations throughout, starting on Friday, ending the next Sunday. We got something special. I kind of want to tease it a little bit right now.
I think we should.
What's going to be one of the very unique things just on one of the days?
Almost to the last day, it's going to be crazy, too, because we're going to challenge you, okay? Where there's something you're going to do for the Toy Fund to help raise more toys. You might not like it, but we're going to get it out there. So I think as the week goes on, we'll tell everybody what's happening.
Why won't I like it?
Do you like the cold?
You're gonna walk the plank.
I like the cold. It's refreshing when I have a jacket on.
Oh, well, you might not have a jacket on this one, okay?
I won't have a jacket on.
So, I'm going to leave it as that. So we're going to see. It's going to be a blast.
Okay, all right.
I'm telling you, your bones are going to freeze to the core. They really are.
I'm going to send it back on that note. We're going to continue. We're going to fill this bag up. We're going to be hanging out with the Pirate Toy Fund guys throughout this morning as well as next Friday. Get ready. The QR code will be on the screen as well. I'm going to send it back to you guys in studio. You got a message for Dan right now?
Dan, yeah, Play-Doh. I mean, I heard that's your favorite, is it? Did he say he liked it or not?
He did.
Okay.
He did.
I thought so.
You like Play-Doh?
He did, yeah.
Sure, okay, yeah. What's wrong with that? Am I not allowed to like Play-Doh?
I think it's a joke because of the Hermie the elf thing from last year. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah, it's still at my desk. Of course I remember that. Of course I remember that. Listen, I think with what they have planned for Chris, you and I need to go down to the Red Wings, meet with some of the players, really work on our throwing arm.
I completely agree with you. 1,000%.
Would that not be amazing if we showed up
Listen,
and we were the two?
I'm on board. We got to do it for the kids, Dan.
You got to do it for the kids. Got to do it for the kids, people. Once again, if you are looking to donate to support such a great cause, the Pirate Toy Fund Toy Drive, grab your smartphone, scan that QR code. It'll take you to their website. You can make a donation right now. $10 gives a new toy to a child in need. And there are so many.
Yeah, and like we always say, not just during the holiday season, it is year-round. We love the Pirate Toy Fund. We love all that they do for folks in our area. Great stuff. You love to see it. And speaking of the kickoff to the holiday season, we are expecting to see some of our first snowfall of the season. Get excited, right?
Yeah!
You gotta get excited about it.
You do. Not allowed to complain.
No, and we're also excited because we have meteorologist John Buenagurio in for us this morning. And John, you brought the snow with you.
Yay!
Yay!
Yeah, I'm not thrilled about the snow, but I mean, some people are, and you know that's great. I hope you live south of Rochester where it's snowing a lot right now. We are going to continue to watch the snow. The Van Bortle Subaru mobile weather tracker out in the Bristol area right now, and it looks like a winter wonderland out there. Some reports of about 4 inches of snow on the ground in the Bristol area. The picture that you're about to see here from one of our weather spotters in Bristol. John sending in that picture there. He had about 4 inches of snow in the area, and we're seeing the snow rain line very sharp cutoff there as you go north, just south of Batavia and out towards Geneva, central Ontario County. You get below about 800 feet or so, and you start to see that rain-snow mix go back to rain as we look at the areas south of Rochester towards the southern Livingston County area, out towards Warsaw, Attica. Those areas getting the more persistent wet snow. It's the heavy stuff that just kind of sticks to the ground, and we'll see that continue through the afternoon today. High temperatures only in the low 40s near Rochester. You go south of town, you're in the mid 30s, so not a warm day by any stretch, and not even seasonable by really any stretch of the imagination here. And as we go through the rest of the day, we are going to see some tapering off of the snow showers. But we'll have the weekend forecast for you here coming up in a few minutes.
All right, John. I mean, it's the season.
Yes.
It has arrived, people. Our reminder, you can always get the latest forecast right in the palm of your hand by downloading the 13 WHAM Weather Authority app. That download is free for Apple and Android devices.
All right, let's get to our poll of the day today. Weather related, of course. We are asking you, what is the worst winter weather condition out there? Daniel.
Your options. Here we go. Slush. Ice. Not good. Blustering snow. Or a heavy downfall.
Do you have yours?
The worst winter weather condition. Yeah, I think so. I don't know. No, I don't have mine. Do you?
Yes, I do.
You do?
Yes.
Which one is it?
Easily. Slush.
Is it the slush?
That disgusting stuff that comes and sticks to the road in like February. It's awful.
Yeah.
Absolutely awful.
Yeah. I once, I have a bad relationship, I think, with all of them. Because I remember vividly walking home from work one day in college, and after a heavy snowfall, I slipped on some ice and landed in a pothole that was full of slush.
No.
Yeah, it was right outside of Urban Outfitters at 72nd and Broadway.
Wow.
Yeah.
New York.
How do you like that? How do you like that? We do want you to weigh in, though, because we need to get to the bottom of this. We need to figure out which weather condition is the absolute worst, so we can submit something to the authorities and see if we can have it removed from the English vocab.
Yep, there you go. Grab your phone, scan the QR code, take you to the Twitter poll, weigh in, comment below. And if you're kind and you're nice about it, maybe we'll share the answer coming up at the end of the 9 o'clock hour. Only if you're nice.
Absolutely. And hey, a reminder, if you're sitting there at home and you're getting ready to leave the house, Abigail, did you know we are streamed live on YouTube?
I certainly did.
I know. You can watch us right on the 13 WHAM YouTube channel.
Yeah. And the best part is you can even comment below, and we'll chat with you right here on the show.
We'll talk to you.
Yep.
Hey, stick around. We have a lot more to come right here on Arc Rochester this Friday morning, including when we come back.
We're tracking the conditions outside. Meteorologist John Boynegurio will be right back to talk about the day today and the weekend ahead. Welcome back.
No, please. By all means.
You just seemed a little distracted.
No, I was inhaling.
Okay, that's fine. Hey, welcome back. We have meteorologist John Boynegurio with us now. We're talking about more weather. The weekend is near, baby. We're almost there. And some snow out there to kick things off, John.
Yeah, I mean, today is, again, one of those days where it's, the scientific word is bleh.
Oh.
It's just kind of disgusting. It depends on where you are. You know, if you're south, you're going to have the snow, and it's going to look a lot more seasonable for you. If you're up here near the lake, closer to the city, you're going to have the cold rain, and that's the really disgusting, I think, part of the forecast, at least in my opinion. But, you know, as you go through the day, it's really not going to move the temperature very much. We'll see those numbers in the low 40s. For the weekend, it looks better, but it's not going to be one of those terrific weekends there. You see those temperatures in the mid 40s, windy for both days there, and you can't rule out a passing shower as we go through the weekend there. Looking at some of the totals for rain that's fallen, there's only one snow report that's out there right now. So that's Bristol at 4 inches or so. But look at the rainfall that's fallen since last night. Close to 2 inches in some parts of the area. That's in Wyoming County. Close to 1.5 inches in Penfield. Get out towards Clyde and eastern Wayne County, you're getting close to 1 inch there as well. So it's been a soggy last 12 to 18 hours or so, and we're going to continue that trend as we go through the afternoon today. You can see those numbers in the low 40s, mid 30s south of town. It's, again, one of those dreary fall days that, you know, you could confuse for a December day if you were south of the city. And you know, going through the weekend, we'll see some improvement. Even later on today, we'll see some improvement there. Around 4 or 5 o'clock, we'll start to see that shower line move back to the west, and we'll get maybe a couple breaks overnight. So, again, not a lot of sunshine as we had talked about earlier, but we are going to see the opportunity for some breaks in the rain and snow. Those forward. Temps, though, John, largely above freezing for the vast majority of the area. Yes. So what's on the ground right now south of the city, that's not, how long is that going to last? Yeah, I expect most of that to be gone by the end of the weekend, especially if we get, you know, some of those 40 to 43 degree temperatures out there through the weekend. Even with the higher elevation, I think most of that should be gone by the end of the weekend. So, travel, at least today, might not be the easiest, but for the Thanksgiving holiday, it looks like it'll be a little bit better.
Okay, that's good news, because I know a lot of people. Whoa, hello. I know a lot of people are going to be out on the road.
The good news is whoever's driving the Van Bortle Subaru mobile weather tracker, they do have the IFB on, so they can hear what's going on. Shout out to Cam behind the wheel for us this morning.
Yeah.
Believe he's still out in Ontario County.
Yeah, you see the windshield wipers going there. A lot more snow earlier in the morning, so like John said, I think a good portion of it has melted already, but you do kind of see those flakes roaming around in the atmosphere there.
And I think it's important to point out with the temperatures where they are, this being the first snow for a lot of people, take it slow.
Yeah.
We don't need any issues out there on the road. We all know how to drive in it. We just need a reminder.
Exactly. You get that first one and you get it out of the way, and you're hopefully smooth sailing for the rest of the
Absolutely, absolutely.
All right, John, thanks so much for the insight. We appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, stick around. We've got a lot more to come right here on ARC Rochester. What are we talking about when we come back, Abigail?
We are taking a closer look at some of the top stories in your community. We're back after this. Hi. Hello, mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Mic check.
5.
Ashley, can you hear us?
Testing.
Can you hear us on the radios?
I thought I heard gotcha. Did you? The questions are there.
(8:20) on this Friday morning. Time for this morning's segment of Behind the Story. We're going to talk about what you need to know, some of the stories that we've been following throughout the morning.
Yeah, we're going to start with some national news, political news. There's a new choice for Attorney General after the sudden withdrawal of President-elect Donald Trump's first pick, Matt Gaetz.
Yeah, former Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi has now been chosen to be the nation's top law enforcement official. And Stephanie Joseph has been following the story for us, and she's at the live desk to talk a little bit about it. Steph?
Yeah, good morning, guys. Bondi's nomination came just hours after Gaetz' own announcement. Trump called her smart and tough and said she would refocus the Justice Department. Bondi's no stranger to Trump or his campaign, actually. She was part of his legal team during his first impeachment trial and remained for his campaign in 2020.
Now, Steph, I know that you just said Trump has called her smart and, a good pick here. I'm wondering what else he said about this selection.
For sure. I mean, I think it's important to also talk about his reaction to Matt Gaetz as well, seeing that he was his first pick, and how I believe we have a graphic actually with that Truth Social post as well, but basically saying that he had respected Matt Gaetz for going onto Capitol Hill on Wednesday. I'll read that quote here. He was saying he was doing very well, but at the time did not want to be a distraction for the administration, for which he has much respect. And Matt Gaetz has a wonderful future, and he looks forward to watching all of the great things that he will do. So with that being said, in terms of Bondi's sort of announcement here, it's to make up for now he has to have that new pick, and sort of sees her career in the past as Florida Attorney General as sort of helping here, calling her an America First fighter as well in his statement for her nomination.
Steph, as far as Matt Gaetz goes, what happened? Because I feel that President-elect Donald Trump was backing Gaetz right up until yesterday morning, when it was all of a sudden, I'm pulling myself out of the running here.
That is for sure, and we're seeing a lot of reports coming in about what exactly happened when he had gone to visit the Senate. I believe we also have some video of him just walking through as well. Things seem like they could be going well. He even talked to reporters out there, sort of signaling that maybe he's making his case before, right there you can see before the Senate, trying to gauge basically if his nomination would be able to be confirmed. And based off of the feedback that he got, it just didn't seem probably that it was possible for that to happen. Let's actually hear from some senators who spoke after news of Gaetz not being a part of the running for Attorney General.
It is not impossible for his nominees to be confirmed, but they need to be more in the mainstream and without the degree and level of baggage that former Congressman Gaetz brought.
I think he did a pretty noble thing, frankly, honorable thing by getting out himself. I thought his statement was appropriate. And I look forward to a new nominee that we can get fully behind.
Now, that was both sides of the aisle there speaking about how they sort of viewed this nomination. We also know that going into it, there has been a lot of renewed attention, a lot of scrutiny based off of the House Ethics Committee report that is not coming out right now. But of course, they're going to meet later next month to decide if they want to release that report, but also the allegations that have been waged against Gaetz. Sexual misconduct, illicit drug use. Again, he denies any wrongdoing, but those have obviously been in the forefront.
Steph, we know that there's pushback to withhold this because Gaetz, upon that nomination, as soon as President-elect Trump tapped him for that nomination, he resigned from Congress. Yep. Can he take that seat back?
As of right now, it doesn't seem like for this term he'll be able to come back, but the door to whether or not he can return for the next term is definitely open given that recent election. So it's a time will tell sort of thing. That'll be a decision that we have to wait and hear from. As for this term, doesn't look like it, but for the next one, who knows?
All right. Steph, thank you very much for the report. We appreciate it, and we'll keep our eye on this story as we get closer and closer to January 2025.
Absolutely. Hey, don't go anywhere. We've got a lot more to come right here on ARC Rochester this Friday morning. We're back after this. Good Friday morning. Welcome back to ARC Rochester, 9/28/27. Jumping the gun here.
Yeah, that's all right.
I'm Dan Schrack.
I'm Abby Fridman. We still have a lot to get to here on ARC Rochester. We are going to start things out with the traffic alert for you on this Friday morning. A significant delay out there at 490 at exit 25. Right now, things on the traffic camera show that everything is moving along just fine. But look at your traffic time that has just been updated. We're looking at a big delay, up to 38 minutes from 490 West Victor to East Rochester. If you're headed off in that area, just find a different way to go. Big delay over in there. We're tracking that motor vehicle accident for you. We're going to keep you updated as soon as things start to get back to normal, or if things should get even worse. Either way, more updates to come. Avoid the area if you can.
All right, let's get back into the morning show. We're talking about the Pirate Toy Fund because they've been supplying thousands of toys to children across the greater Rochester region for decades now.
Yeah, since 1995. And starting next Friday, they'll be doing their big annual Toy Fund toy drive, and 13 Wham will be with them for the ride. Specifically, Chris Lopez, who's at their headquarters this morning as they get ready for one of the biggest weeks of the year. Chris, good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, we wrapped up our shopping in the last hit. Like you guys said, next Friday, 13 Wham will be with them for the 10 days Pirate Toy Fund Toy Drive. This year is very special, though. We are dedicating this year to Gary the Happy Pirate. I have Otto with me. Talk about how this year is special, though.
It is. As everybody knows, we lost Gary last year with the battle of an illness, and he's one of the founders of the Toy Fund along with Dave and Lori Simonetti. And I don't think they had the vision that 30 years later we'd be giving out 41,000 toys. Again, the first year we started, they gave out like 300 toys, and look where we grew to. You know, it's all because of what they started back then.
Yeah, and was there even a warehouse? Was there even anything like this? What was it, 30 years ago, 1995, 300 toys? You guys are not 500,000 in total.
Yes.
What did you guys have logistics-wise back then?
Well, they started it in someone's garage. Then they ended up on, I think it was Village Gate. They were climbing these stairs to put the toys in an attic spot there. And then we've eventually moved to 1453 East Main and then subsequently here. And it was a tough battle. Tough road. Some days we didn't have money to pay the bills because we were working on it. But the community came through and helped us be where we're at today.
And speaking of that, I kind of want to add on to that. How much has the community helped you? We were talking about this warehouse specifically. How much was donated here? How much was given to you guys? Who helped you guys kind of create this place? This is huge.
I'll tell you, at first it started out with Adam and Callie Schneider. They donated this building to us. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't even be here. And then Dave Simonetti and his brothers, A.D. Simonetti Properties, did most of the remodeling from the front over. And then we had things donated like Tracy Dorr gave us the door. RJW gave us the Wallenhorst family, the kitchen cabinets. Christy Carpets gave us the floor. It's amazing when you're in need, the community, how they grow to help you.
Why do you think that there's so much support? Is it the message that you guys have? Is it giving with the toys? Is it Gary? Why do you think so many people come to help you at no cost?
I think it's bigger than any individual. They love Gary because he was a childhood entertainer, so I think that did help. But I think people believe in the cause. They believe in us helping children and the power of that toy. Again, it becomes that child's, best friend. It becomes somebody he can hug and talk to when things are tough for that child.
And someone I want to talk more about Gary. I've never met Gary. There's a lot of people that have never met Gary. How was he?
You talk about heart. He's the soul of heart. He is. He started this. He loved when he laughed. His whole body shook when he laughed. But people loved him. Him and Doug and Gary in the day went back to the White House twice and performed there. He did tremendous concerts throughout Rochester and stuff, and people loved him. And he just had a soul that was caring. And again, him and Lori Dave Simonetti, when they started this, they could never imagine that we were going to give out 41,000 toys this time.
Any pressure this year to carry it on in his name at all this year, or is it just adding?
I think it's adding. I think our board, who are all volunteers, also have heart, and we're going to carry on the legacy. And again, from jumping from 300 toys to 41,000 shows that we're doing that.
And I want to remind people, what's the goal this year? What are we looking at?
Well, again, we're trying to raise 25,000 toys because there's a greater need than ever. But we also, every day, you'll see a photograph on the toy drive in memory of Gary because we want to dedicate this toy drive to his memory for what he's got us, to where he got us at.
And then we're going to have the 13 WHAM. They also encourage people to scan the QR code as well as chime in. That's going to be up next week starting on Friday, so people can make it easy. It's going to be up on the screen the entire time during our live hits. We have something special that week, pretty much every day, but there's something more special than the other days. I'll just tease that right now. It involves some pretty cold water.
And Monday's our pajama day at Eastview Mall. So I hear you got some wild pajamas you're going to be wearing. Is that true?
I got some moccasins ready to go. I got the plaid pants to keep me warm. We will be there at Eastview Mall. What are you wearing?
Doesn't Terry got to wear pajamas that day? Our camera guy, he never wears anything.
Yeah, I possibly never wears anything. I don't know. I don't want that that image.
I meant it for the event that day.
Okay. Terry will come dressed up, ready to go with the Pirate Toy Fun beanie. We're gonna be there at Eastview Mall next Friday.
Eastview's Monday.
Eastview's Monday.
Yep.
What's Friday then?
That's at Barnes & Noble in Webster.
Barnes and Nobles. Okay. Come visit us. It's going to be a good time. Drop off some toys, contribute. This is a great time. I'm going to send it back to you guys in studio.
Chris, we got to get people at home that full schedule so when they know where to go to drop off toys and bother you.
Yes. Oh yeah. We'll send that out.
Okay.
We'll get on that.
Very
Perfect.
good.
Thank you, my friend.
And once again, if you are looking to donate and support the amazing cause for the Pirate Toy Fund, scan the QR code on your screen to get to their website right now.
Love it. Hey, stick around because when Arc Rochester returns, we are taking a look at what's trending now.
And don't forget, you can watch us on the go or wherever you are by streaming us live on the 13 WHAM YouTube channel.
Woohoo! We're back after this. I also lost my Arc Rochester cup. I don't know what I did with that thing. I know. And then
we worked so hard for it.
I know.
Oh, it was turned down.
I've got the monitor up here.
Oh, there we go.
There it is.
What is this? 8:37, welcome back. You never know what you're going to get with the Trending Now segment.
No.
So I think we just got to get right in.
Yeah.